And we've been telling you about the Keratoconus Barbados. This is a new organization that is going to build on the awareness across our country, and they will officially launch this weekend. So joining us again this week, we have the founder, Roseanne Myers. Great to have you back with us.
Thank you, Cassandra.
We also have Ms. Simone Harris, optometrist, here to tell you a lot more about the treatments and those lenses you heard about. Good morning to you as well.
Good morning.
And to my right, we have Mr. Dwayne Goddard. He is a teacher and trade unionist, and he is one who is impacted by keratoconus. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mom.
All right, looking forward to hearing your story today as well. But Roseanne, this is another opportunity for you to let persons know about this weekend and what you're looking forward to doing in the days, weeks, months, and years ahead.
Well, Keratoconus Barbados is basically a patient advocacy group, and we're partnering with optometrists like Simone to help educate Barbados on this condition. It's a rare eye condition, as we've said, but we seem to have a high incidence or prevalence in Barbados of this condition. Our objective is really to understand why. Our objective is to do research to really pinpoint how many persons in Barbados have this condition. Is there a genetic link? There's supposed to be in very few cases. So we really want to get that research done. None of that research has been done. So on Sunday, we are launching Keratoconus Barbados, which is our first opportunity to get persons like Dwayne and myself together so that we can share our stories. There are several of us who basically have been chatting about some of the challenges. We want to share that with a wider audience. So we're inviting all Barbados. If you have an interest, if you know someone with keratoconus, if you're in the teaching profession and maybe you want to be able to recognize it in the children that you're teaching, children with constant problems with sight, but glasses not necessarily correcting it, this would be the opportunity to come and get that information. So Sunday, 3 p.m., Radisson Aquatica, who has kindly agreed, and we have to thank Jerry Lewis and his team to host us on that day as their contribution to this effort. So we're looking forward to seeing everybody.
Yeah, we certainly hope that these conversations and that opportunity encourages those who may be impacted by keratoconus to share their stories and come and get the assistance, the information, and the assistance that they need to, you know, kind of live your best life so that you embrace the moments a little less fuzzy.
Yes,
shall we say?
yes, fuzzy.
Yes. So let's hear now from Simone Harris, optometrist, about some of the ways that, you know, maybe you've been able to assist people and what really works.
Fitting a keratoconic is not necessarily a science, but more of an art. So where you think one thing might work, it doesn't work. So like she said, right, Roseanne said, we start with glasses. If those don't work, we might go to soft lenses. Sometimes those don't work. Then we go to what we call gas permeable lenses, which are slightly harder, but they're so uncomfortable. So you tend not to find patients don't like to wear them very much. So then we go to, now they are hybrids, which mixes the gas permeable with a soft lens, which is a lot more comfortable. It's not as comfortable as a regular soft lens, but it's a little more comfortable. And I've found that I've had good results with those. Some people wear sclerals, which are not. Scleral lenses, which are slightly larger than a gas permeable lens. They're difficult to handle, so putting them in, taking them out, will give people problems. So that's the last resort, really. But I find the hybrids give me good results
right now.
Yes, so far.
It sounds like a treatment is really individual specific.
It is. It is. Like I said, it's an art.
Yeah.
It's an art.
Okay. What other treatments are there, or is the world working toward other treatments?
Well, there are surgical treatments, which Nigel Barker would be his area. Things like intacts and corneal transplants, if need be, you know,
Okay, so we're going to hear more. I have a feeling that these conversations will go on beyond today, but certainly what is important is to hear more from people who are directly impacted and living with keratoconus. And Dwayne would be one of those persons. And you want to tell us a little bit about it, your journey, realizing that what's been impacting you is called keratoconus.
A word that I never knew before.
Right.
Where do I start? I'm 39 and I've been having issues with my eyes from about 19. And it's only after about 2006 or so where I was actually diagnosed with keratoconus. And as Roseanne would tell you at that point in time, who knew what keratoconus was? It was like, I had problems even spelling the word at first. And I found, but what I can say about keratoconus is that it's really life changing. Having to deal with not being able to see things that you normally would have been seeing before. And I mean, simple things like going to the beach is not a problem because I wear the hard lenses and hard lenses are things that it's because of the shape of your cornea, it can pop off at any point in time. So I've had to change lenses, I mean, several times. So it's also expensive. And as Roseanne was saying, it's something that is only done privately in most cases. So I am a patient of Dr. Nigel Barker, and I found that things like going to the beach, things like if I'm driving, sometimes I can't turn my head too quickly. So it's really life altering. But I must say that one of the things I'm really glad for is this the start of this organization, because one of the things that gave me comfort was knowing that there are people out there who have similar issues, who understand what I'm going through. Because I find sometimes people, they probably think that you're making excuses about not doing certain things.
Or making up some condition.
Correct. Because when you tell them, well, I can't do this, or something as simple as lifting something and moving too quickly. I remember recently, I lost both lenses because I went outside trying to help. I was outside raking leaves in the front yard. And just like that, they popped out. So so I went from raking leaves to raking the ground looking for lenses.
Oh wow!
And then that was a case where I had to go back and buy 2 new lenses just like that. And unfortunately, times like that, then I can't drive. So I was on sick leave from work, sitting at home, brain intact, but vision not. So
trying to get yourself back together. We appreciate this, and people will have another opportunity to hear and engage with persons who are living with keratoconus. You know that Simone Harris is there. She's an optometrist. If you have questions, you can have your assessment done, and if you need specialty care, I'm sure you get those referrals as well. Final seconds just to remind persons about Sunday.
Sunday, February 3rd, Radisson Resort. We've now determined that we will be giving the QEH, a machine that they don't have to be able to diagnose keratoconus. So we need to raise $200,000, and we set a very aggressive target to do that, $1 at a time even. But the QEH really is where most of the patients who really cannot afford, and they will have to go, and therefore they must have the best equipment to be able to diagnose and track, because it is a progressive condition, and you have to keep on top of it.
Thank you so very much, everybody. Dwayne, thanks for sharing. Thank you so much, Simone, and thank you, Roseanne, for the foundation for the Keratoconus Barbados organization.